Hi, today's date is the 30th of December 2021 and yeah, it's a bit ironic. I'm just outside this billboard you've just seen with a big giant turkey being grazed up. So I mentioned on my previous video had a bit of an announcement to make in terms of a trial I was about to undertake, and now I can discuss that. As some of you might already know, I have a number of health issues that I've had for a number of years, as well as, you know, later on developing potential neuralgia. For instance, I mean, I'm now 40. Since my mid to late 20s, I developed Raynaud's disease in my fingers. Started to experience in my, again, mid to late 20s, where my blood sugar would drop very quickly, and a particular doctor believed I had something called reactive hypoglycemia. My blood sugars were not well controlled. And then fast forward quite a number of years, about 4 years ago, I was then diagnosed as pre-diabetic, and also suffer from a lot of brain fog, tiredness as well, which unfortunately is coming back, creeping back up on me. And this is despite eating an exceptional diet. And when I say exceptional, people often laugh at how healthy I eat, because I eat spinach, lentils, fish, vegetables, and I've been very careful on what I eat for a number of years. My blood pressure as well is a bit on the high side, has been again for a number of years. I also get dizziness sometimes as well. I don't heal very well at all, and I've baffled a lot of doctors. But more recently, I've been, I was also a vegetarian as well growing up for a good 10 years of my life, from the age of 11 to 12 until I was about 21 years of age, 21. And I look back now and I don't think that helped me at all in my development. So more recently, I was sharing some of the information in terms of what I eat with somebody who's been studying nutrition for a good 20 years. And he was quite horrified in the diet that I was eating. He said the diet that I was eating, especially spinach in particular, which I've been eating pretty much every day for many years, is very high in something called oxalates. Which they argue is very damaging to the body. So I did a bit of reading up on this, and I then came across, purely by accident, something called the Carnivore Diet. So you basically eat purely a meat-based diet. And obviously when I've been told about the spinach and not being good and stuff, I was kind of horrified, because I was like, well, how can that be not good for you? I'm eating like a bloody monk. Yeah, here I am with all these health problems. So yeah, and I then saw this about this carnivore diet, and did a bit of digging around on it, and they argue that as primitive humans, our diet mainly consisted of meat. And you can see a lot of the work. There's some really good websites. One in particular has got over 600 testimonials of people that have had carnivore diets and been able to reverse or control at least a lot of health conditions. Not necessarily potential neuralgia. I haven't seen anyone, well, even if you look up on any forums and put in carnivore diet, there's nothing even about carnivore diets, or hardly anything about oxalates either. But they argue that with the carnivore diet that, you know, even things like fruit and vegetables in the wild wouldn't be on tap 24/7. A lot of these fruits, like apples, for instance, they only come into season part of the year, and so do blackberries in the UK anyhow, only for like a couple of weeks at the most. And we're just not designed to be eating it. And a lot of these plants are actually not good for us, these plant-based foods. I mean, I've had smoothies as well for years and been eating nuts, lentils, flax seeds, and all these different foods. And yet they've not really done a lot for me, to be honest. They definitely didn't help with my bowels. So yeah, so basically from next month, I'm going to be starting a 30-day trial of it purely will be a meat-based diet of steaks, chicken, a lot of the organ meats as well. Oh, and also another thing I do experience is very often low temperatures, low body temperature as well. I mean, normal range would be about 37.1, 37, 36.9. I'll often hit about 35, and I'm constantly cold, constantly. And again, I've had that for many, many years now, probably the last 13, 14 years. Again, despite eating very healthy. And I've had a lot of blood work done, and I have had raised white blood counts prior, and obviously with my being pre-diabetic as well. I do also have issues with my cholesterol, and I've had genetic testing for that, and I have a defect with my gene, which means I do have high cholesterol, and I am on 40 milligram of atorvastatin. It was 20, but again, it's had to be raised because it's not being controlled even with a healthy diet. So this will be an experiment. I am a bit nervous about it. I've been told from what I've read to expect diarrhea for several days, going changing it. I don't know what to expect. I've got no idea, only from what I've read. So what I'm hoping to do is do like just a very quick update every day in how I'm feeling with this particular diet. And that's all I can do really, is just try it and see what happens. Also, just another update, I did have an MRI on my feet, and I was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis literally a few months after I developed the pelvic floor issues back in 2015. And there's no evidence of any plantar fasciitis in my feet, amazingly. Well, the one foot anyway, which they would only authorise to have an MRI of my left foot. But it did show fluid around the metatarsal joints on top of the feet, and very, 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 very tiny little cysts. Because I'm getting excruciating pain ever since I did the Proflex. I started to get the most excruciating pain, and it's just been persistent ever since for about a last year now. But because of COVID, there's no, even though I've had the report of the MRI, no one can follow up on that and recommend anything, which is very frustrating. It's very bizarre. Some people have said to me, well, this shouldn't have happened because the Proflex was too light to have caused this. So if it was too light, well, then why has this happened? You know, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna try the carnivore diet. Let's see what happens. It's probably a long shot, but again, got nothing to lose. So yeah, I'll be keeping you updated every day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. And yeah, just thank you for everyone for sticking with me this last 2 years, because it's been a very up and down journey. Thank you.